1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Mental Reps podcast, featuring your host, Brian.
Let's go! What's happening? What is going on, everybody? What is happening? We're live. We are live. We're doing this. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you're listening now or if you've listened to any of my podcasts, I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. We've been pretty hit by this pandemic. It's been tough on everybody in their own way. For me, it's been interesting just because, I'm very happy that I've been able to spend the time on this podcast and revamp it. It was kind of like a blessing in disguise, you could say. But it has been tough at points, and I've appreciated people being there for me, helping me out when I needed it. So if I feel like I'm doing anything positive for you guys, having some great guests on and making you laugh, maybe sharing a nugget, something that you can chew on, maybe help you wrap your head around a problem that's going on in your life, like myself or my guest. And I want to get in a little bit about just what this podcast is all about. And I want to try and get the message out there as best as I can, because I don't really like talking about, to be honest with you, I was kind of dreading this, to be completely honest, because when it comes to explaining myself or my intentions, I'm sure that many of you can understand this, that I want to make sure that I come off correct and not come off like I'm taking myself too seriously. That is yucky to me. I've seen a lot of people do it. They are trying to put themselves out there, act like somebody that they're not, be a little fake. And that's my worst nightmare. I'm going to try and be as authentic as I humanly possibly can with you guys. And that's it. And I got more I want to talk about. But first off, I just want to let you guys know I got some news. mentalreps.net is up and running. We're up and running, man. Go to mentalreps.net. We got the home page there, and I've got a bunch of new merch available. I've got Mental Reps t-shirts available for $20, Mental Reps face masks for $10. I've got stickers for $2, magnets for $4. I have an option on there that if you're local, you can go on there, get whatever you want, and you can just email me or get at me, and we'll arrange a way for you to either come pick it up, or if I'm out and about, I can drop it off. I have no problem doing that. But there is an option on there for local people, so you don't have to pay for shipping that you don't really need. Of course, if you want to, I think I got pretty good shipping rates on there, and you can just go on there and order anything that you like. Obviously, this podcast is always going to be free. I don't want a dime from you guys. That is something that I feel very strongly about. But of course, if you would like, that's there as an option. If you want to help support the podcast, it'd mean a lot. Go buy a t-shirt, face mask, some stickers. And they're all really good quality too. It took me a while to make sure that I got good quality shit for you guys, because I don't want the t-shirts to be the type that you wear once and want to throw away. I want them to be nice t-shirts, and I think they are. I think you guys will dig them. Next week, I have Matthew Broussard. You can also check all this out on mentalreps.net. I have Matthew Broussard coming up next week. He's a very funny comedian. Getting back on the comedian tip a little bit. This guy has been on a bunch of Comedy Central roasts, and I think he's got a half hour, and he's a very good dude, and he's got some family down here in Florida, and I'm going to have him on next week and talk with him. So if you don't know who Matthew Broussard is, Matthew Broussard, look the dude up. He looks like, I think somebody said, if Connecticut was a human being, he's a human boat shoe. He just is this really good looking, intelligent guy. He went to Rice. He was a mechanical engineer or something. He ended up finishing in mathematics, and he's funny as hell too. It's very upsetting. This guy's just got way too much going for him. But check him out. I'm going to have him on next week. He's a really funny dude. And that will be on the events page on the brand new mentalreps.net. Also, you'll find on there that I've got a live event coming up at the Field with Brett Ernst and Rashad Butler. These are two very, very good dudes. This is September 14th, 7 p.m. Again, find the event on mentalreps.net, and it's on my Facebook page. It's on the Mental Reps Facebook page, the Field Facebook page. We're all kind of co-hosting it. It's all sponsored by the Field and Elite Sanitizing Services. So really appreciate them helping supporting us. If you want to go right now, I mean, I might as well mention it. Some people are using it. I'm pretty happy to hear. You go to thefieldfl.com, you put in code word reps20, and you get 20% off your entire online order. So go and take advantage of that. I mean, it's 20% off. Funds are a little tight nowadays. Why not save a few bucks, help support a really great place? And there's such good people there. But anyway, yeah, come to the event on September 14th if you can, 7 o'clock at the Field. And it's really going to be a good time. We've got, again, Brett Ernst, very funny comedian. He's also an actor. Maybe you've been watching Cobra Kai lately and you've seen Cobra Kai killing it on Netflix. Well, he is LaRusso Jr. Like, he's LaRusso's cousin, I think, the one who works with him at the car lot. He's hilarious. I've had him on the show before. Very good dude. He's a South Florida boy. He went to Plantation High. And I can't wait for you guys to get to meet him. He's a really good dude. Again, we're going to have all social distancing and all that stuff is going to be in effect. But we're going to have like safe ways that you guys, can meet them, take a picture and all that good stuff. And also my buddy from my old job at Entercom, Rashad Butler. This guy is a really, really, really good dude. He's a ex-Miami Hurricane, part of those epic like early 2000 Miami Hurricane teams. I mean, arguably, I don't think it's arguably, but the best teams of all time, 2001, 2002, when we had fucking Ohio State rob us. I don't even want to get into that shit because I'll just get like upset. And I know that actually that's something pretty good that I want to ask him about. He was an offensive lineman. He was a great offensive lineman at that. Drafted in the 3rd round. He went on to play for Carolina Panthers, Houston Texans, the Steelers, the Browns. And he's a really interesting dude. He's not just football. Off the field, very good human being. Everything that I've been able to see, he's just like a good hang too. He's like a good guy. And I know that we're going to have a good time. We're going to open it up to the audience. We're going to interact with the audience a lot. We're going to have some giveaways. I'm going to have a microphone dedicated there so people can come up and ask questions. I want everybody to feel like they're involved. It's going to be at 50% capacity. You walk in, a single person brings you to your table. You got your server, and that's it all night. They're extremely safe with the whole Pandy situation, and they are not cutting any corners. So I really hope that you guys, like, I get it. If you're on the fence, you don't want to go out, but I think it's almost healthy at this point. If you're healthy and you don't have any family that you're with that are at risk, to get a little fucking out of the house right now. They're really safe. What is it like, the antibody, we got to develop antibodies and shit, the antibacterial, we got to be able to, if we're just sitting in we're little bubble boys and bubble girls, and we're afraid of getting any dirt on us, that's not any good either. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about, so I know that wasn't the best analogy, but you understand what I'm saying. I think that for a lot of people, it would be a good time to get out in a safe environment, have a good time. I mean, even if you just want to go there for the great food and booze, and hopefully we'll make you laugh and entertain you a little bit throughout the whole process, it's going to be a good time. So again, September 14th at the Field. And go check all that out at the mentalreps.net. Really excited about you guys checking out the new website. Again, mentalreps.net. Go there. I've got new merch available and all that. I'm going to stop pouring it out because, again, like I said, this is always going to be a free podcast. You guys don't owe me a dime. You don't have to pay me shit. But if you would like to support the podcast, mentalreps.net, the merch is there. That's a great way that you can do it and help us out a little bit, help keep the lights on around here. So, all right, this is kind of what I've been looking forward to and also dreading because I care so much about my intentions and coming off correct. Because I think authenticity, intentions, these are huge things. And I've thought a lot about lately about how I need to let you guys know what I'm thinking with this thing, what I want to do with this podcast. Even if it's just once, I kind of have, I've got to get it out there and explain kind of what I'm trying to do here. I think a lot of you would understand that I just want to make sure that I come off correct because I like my work just to stand for itself. I don't like having to be my own cheerleader. That's always been an awkward spot for me, but I just want to communicate with you guys what I'm trying to do with this podcast. I want to try and give you guys something that's worth listening to, and it's going to make you laugh, but also hopefully myself, or most of the time, probably my guest, will be able to drop a nugget of wisdom on you. Something that you can chew on. Maybe, I just think practical wisdom is a big one for me. Positivity, pragmatism, mental strength, all these things. Humor, huge, but no one's perfect. Deep down, I think we all want to get better. I truly believe that. And if we aren't working hard today to be a better person than we were yesterday, then what the hell are we doing here? You know what I mean? Yes, we fail. We make mistakes, but that's the only way that we get better. And I did have this one thing. Let me try and find it. I love this quote. Okay. Alexis Carrel. Man cannot remake himself without suffering, for he is both the marble and the sculptor. How great is that? It makes a lot of sense. You have to fail. It's the only way that we get better. And we're going to have compassion and hear people out. Anybody who knows me knows what I think about party lines. Fuck party lines. I don't give a shit whether you're a Republican, Democrat, Libertarian, black, white, Jew, Gentile. Your opinions don't make you a good person. It's your actions. So allow yourself and others the opportunity to rise to the occasion. I might have some people on that maybe you guys don't agree with right off the bat, but my job is going to be finding that common ground. I'm going to try and find that common ground. And we all want to have good lives for our families, right? And we just have different ways of going about things. It's not bad intentions. It's just like the good that they seek, the good that we seek. And sometimes it doesn't line up with your own. Sometimes those people need to be taken down. But the whole idea of America is that we can live harmoniously together in pursuit of our individual happiness. As long as we're not hurting anybody, we're trying to serve the community. And what better way than trying to laugh throughout the whole process? So that's what I want to try and do, entertain a thought or two, be open to sharing ideas, having people share ideas with me, but truly open to it. We're not going to take ourselves too seriously. Anybody who tells you that they have it all figured out is either lying to you, playing to their ego, trying to sell you something. We're all trying to figure this out. Nobody has all the answers. I'm just going to try and bring you some people that are going to help maybe shed some light on some things. We can develop a good relationship and a mutual trust. We'll laugh. We're going to help each other grow. And I think that, I've always wanted so desperately to be a positive in people's lives. I was the youngest of four, and I just wanted people to laugh. I just wanted everybody to get along. And I think that bringing laughter, it brings levity in some otherwise dark times, which I have been all too familiar with in my life one way or another. I'm very fortunate in so many ways. And that is the mindset that I keep. I'm grateful. But I have been in some mean bush in my life. That's another thing that I know things are complex, but we have a lot more in common than the news convinces us that we do. I've been through some tough shit, and I think that through that, having to endure those tough times, that's when my best qualities were forged and molded. And I don't see any other way around it. You see these affluent people who've never been through some mean bush, and it shows. I more power to you if you're a great person and you haven't had any life issues. I think that's such a beautiful thing. It's a mitzvah, as they would say, but it's not realistic for most of us. We're going to have some ups and downs. I want to share all of it with you guys. I'm still trying to figure out ways, as you can tell, to communicate with you guys and share these little nuggets of wisdom that I've acquired over the years from all of this without coming off like a know-it-all, without coming off like I'm taking myself too seriously. I am not a self-help person. I am not here to sell you anything. I just feel like we're better together than we are apart. Individuals, we need to try and cultivate a community around here. I just want to make people laugh. I just want to bring some levity to your life. And I want to try and share some wisdom. Mainly it's going to be my guests, like I said. But I want to try and get people on here who are going to help shed some light in what it is to, like, how they succeed in the game of life. What they are doing to drown out those negative thoughts that we all deal with, overcome, and be the best version of ourselves. I am always kind of worried about that. It's like, missed opportunities and not living up to one's potential. And also, we're all imperfect and everybody wants to act like their shit doesn't stink. We're going to share it all with you. I have great stories where I have been, at the top of my game, at the top of life. Everything's going great. I also have stories that are really dark. I mean, some fun ones, just like shitting yourself type of things as an adult. I've even got some things like that. Like, I shat myself at the gym once. We're going to share. What my point is that I'm going to share the good, bad, and ugly with you guys. I'm going to leave it all out on the floor. And I want you to call me on my bullshit. If I do something that you can clearly tell that I'm trying to sell you on something, or which I really hope and don't plan on ever doing, but if that is ever the case, if I am off in anything, if I'm not sharing, valuable, true information, of course, call me on it. If I make a mistake, we're all going to make mistakes, so don't nitpick me too much. But for real, I'm happy. I want the people around me to call me on my shit. I don't want to go through life just thinking that my shit doesn't stink and people are going to have to deal with it. I don't want to hear anything about it. Like, I'm set. I got nothing else to learn. Never going to be the case for me. I'm always going to try and keep the mentality of a learner. And if I can help share some things with you guys, that's going to be the goal. My hope and vision is like this podcast would be a tool for positivity, to lift like great people up, share good ideas, to spread some joy, maybe give you another tool or two for the tool belt, help the community a little bit, local and beyond. I mean, and I've been so fortunate to meet some amazing people in my life, some for just like a few moments, and others that, man, I've been so lucky that I've talked to incredible people who've shared things with me that have changed my life. And I would have never had that perspective if I wasn't able to meet them and have these conversations. So, these people have helped shape me as a person. I would like to think that I try and spread some positivity and understanding in their life. And maybe we can all grow together and be better together than we are apart. And that's the goal. I fucking love you guys. If you're still listening to this point and listening to my stupid rant, again, this is why I don't like doing this. I'm probably only going to do this once. I hope, you'll come to find I have some good taste in people. I think I do. I have a pretty solid BS detector, and I'm not trying to waste your time. And I'm just going to try and bring you really quality shit. That's what I'm going to do. But I promise we're not going to take ourselves too seriously. Anyone who tells you they got all figured out, again, is full of shit, playing to their ego, trying to sell you something. So we won't get preachy. We're going to be honest and as authentic as humanly possible. I think that you have a good bullshit detector too. Probably a lot of people, some people try and talk over your head, or convince you of some shit that isn't true. I promise I'm never going to do that. I just, like I said, I've been through some extreme things in my life, like many of us have. I'm still trying to find that balance. Cause I think I've gotten to that point, over the years of where you've educated yourself and you've opened yourself up to the world enough to know that you don't know shit. I love that meme where it's like that sliver of like what you know you don't know. And then the 98% of the pie is what you don't know. And that, I think, is really important to keep that in mind. It's impossible to be a professional at everything. Always keep the mentality of a learner. You're just going to be better suited for life. So anyway, that's really my whole life. The main thing I've wanted, prayed for, yearned for is wisdom. And again, God, I sound so freaking ridiculous right now. This is why I don't want to do this, but you can do something with wisdom. Knowledge is ubiquitous nowadays and often unreliable. So someone can have all the knowledge in the world, but it doesn't mean shit if they don't know how to wield it. And I'm not here to judge. Again, I'm not here to preach. I'm here for you guys. I'm here to share with you. I hope that we can just grow together. You guys can dig what I'm putting out there. I got hit pretty hard by this pandemic, like so many of you. You guys simply giving us a listen or a watch, liking on social media, subscribing and all that. It's helping me keep a roof over my head. And this is huge to me, and I really appreciate you guys. Our numbers are really going up, like a lot. I'm not just saying that. The numbers are increasing every week, like 100% every week. It's pretty awesome. At least 50 to 100% every week. So, like I said, it's always going to be free. I'll never ask you for a dime, but all I ask is if we give you something of value, please share us with your friends. That's all I ask. Tell a friend about us. Again, there are always ways you can support mentalreps.net. That merch, that really helps tremendously, but that's optional. And you don't have to do that. Just you hanging out with me once a week, it really means the world to me. I really appreciate it. And I know that you don't have to. You have a lot to choose from. There's a lot of entertainment out there. But I'm going to keep this going, and I hope that you guys come along for the ride. I really appreciate you. I want you to feel involved too. Shoot me an email, leave me a message on the website, slide into my DMs and shit. If you want to hop on the podcast, I'm going to start having some call-in shows soon. If you want to DM me your number, or I'm going to put a number up on the screen. I'm trying to get a dedicated line for it right now. Actually, probably the next podcast I have, I'll have that. And that's about it. Anybody who wants to hop on the show, feel free to reach out. We're going to have the call-in episode. I got some really great guests coming up again. Matthew Broussard next week, September 14th, the live episode podcast at the Field, Irish Pub and Eatery with Brett Ernst and Rashad Butler. It's going to be a great time. Please come out there. And I guess that's about it as far as the intentions things. Again, you can see why I didn't want to do this, but I think it's important that I do. At least get it out there once, let you guys know what I'm trying to do here. I really would like to think that my intentions are good. I'm not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes or share some bullshit. Again, please call me out if you ever see me do some bullshit like that. I'm going to try and be as honest and authentic and truthful and humorous as I possibly can with this shit. And that's it. So just before I get out here, I want to talk a little bit about my fucking Heat. My Heat, dude. We are killing it. Second round, Jimmy Butler. They're playing tonight. This is being recorded on Wednesday, the 2nd of September. I should have it out tonight or tomorrow because I got shit going on. But the Miami Heat, oh my God, man. Jimmy Butler going off 40 the other night. This team, I love this team so much from the top to the bottom. Tyler Hero, I'm so all in on that guy. Goran Dragic. I think that Spo is giving Crowder a lot of playing time right now because he wants to get his value up because he's going to trade his ass away at the end of the season. Pop Myers-Leonard back in there, and Crowder and a couple. They're going to have to trade something, but I feel like from what I'm hearing, they're sharpening those harpoons and they're going after somebody big. So I'm looking forward to that. Football's back. I'm doing my fantasy football draft tonight, and I got 2 of them back to back. So I'm going to do those tonight. I'm really looking forward to that. Just like, you know, sports is back, man. I need it. It's really, really, it's just good for my soul to have football back. We're so close. We actually got football back. That first play from the other night, it was like a couple, no offense, bullshit teams. That first play, 75-yard touchdown run, like that dude was ready to go. I'm just so happy that sports is back in all different forms right now, and it's helping the soul a little bit. Comedy at a bit of a standstill right now. I was really bummed. I had some amazing guests lined up for you guys over the last couple months that had to cancel because their shows were canceled. And that was kind of a big reason why, you know, a lot of people like to go and do interviews and they have something to pump out there. Some I've still done, obviously, but others just said, oh, they still want to do it, but they're waiting until they got dates lined up down here again to do it. It's tough, man. I've got a lot of comedian friends. There are some hustlers out there who are still doing shows. They're finding ways to make money and keep a roof over the head, but it is not fucking easy right now. So if you have any local comedian friends, do something to help them out. Buy some merch from them. Go to one of their fucking virtual live shows or whatever. Do something to help them out because they really need it. I have some comedian buddies coming up, some really good comedians coming up for you guys, regardless of the situation and no live shows. But I'm going to have some athletes. I've got some authors coming up. Again, I want to try and, you know, I'm not trying to get too far into a lane. I'm also not trying to get too spread out, but I'm just going to procure cool shit for you guys. That's pretty much the goal. And I like to be a champion of awesome things. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to bring you people that I think are awesome. We're going to talk about things that we think are good and fruitful and shit. And we're going to try and fucking just laugh a lot in the process, because what are we doing here if we're not trying to enjoy this a little bit? We only got one life, everybody. Again, if somebody tells you exactly what's happening after we die, they're lying to you. We don't know. We have good inclinations, and I have lots of thoughts about it, but I don't know. You know what I mean? And let's just assume that this is it. Like, let's try and live our best lives. I hate that that's become some fucking like basic bitch meme now. But truly, like, try and be better people today than we were yesterday. That's what we're going to try and do here. And we're just going to try and have a lot of fun in the process. And we're going to have some awesome people on. And hopefully you guys enjoy it. Please, again, reach out to me, reach out to the show. I'd love to have some people on. We're going to arrange a little call-in show. And I'm going to do different things too. Some are going to be more interview-based. As you can probably tell, anybody who's listened to the old episodes, we used to run through like current events. We might do some of those coming up. But but we're going to mix it up. We're not going to get too spread out, like I said, but we're going to give you something fresh every week. And that's the goal. But no matter what, that the heart of what this podcast is all about is going to be there one way or another every week. And I fucking love you guys. Like, I really do. I appreciate you listening. And we're going to have like a good time here, man. That's going to be the goal. I hope that you dig it. I fucking love you. I really should. I should have stopped talking about 10 minutes ago. If I ever do solo podcasts in the future, I promise you that they will be more entertaining than this. This is a filler. This is just like for the hardcore people, so you know my intentions and what I'm doing. That's it. I fucking love you guys. And please tune in next week, Matthew Broussard, and come out September 14th to the field. It's going to be a really, really good time. Until then, go to thefieldfl.com, use reps20, the code, and you will get 20% off your entire order. Elite Sanitizing Service, elitesanitize.com. You can go there, and they're offering free service to first responders and medical professionals, and they're helping keep South Florida safe and in business. All right, guys, I love you. We'll see you next time.